Police on the streets of Bristol during last summer's riots, when manpower and resources were stretched to the limit. Now they face a fresh challenge in the way they're supervised.
I think it's about time that we had some answerability to local communities, because crime affects local people. You can't choose your local force. You have to put up with it. And that's fine if it's doing well, but what if it's not? It's about time, I think, we had a more effective fight against crime and a greater involvement from local people.
Currently, chief constables answer to a police authority, such as this one in Devon and Cornwall, a cross-party committee of councillors and independent experts. From November, these will be replaced by a single elected police and crime commissioner in each force area, with the power to hire and fire a chief constable, draw up a 5-year plan on how they propose to cut crime in their area, and set the annual force budget, meaning the police element of the council tax. They'll be paid between £60,000 and £100,000 a year.
The government argues that the current system of police authorities is too bureaucratic and too little understood by the general public, and that having directly elected commissioners will raise the profile of crime fighting. But critics argue the danger is that it will introduce politics into policing.
The chairman of this authority, a magistrate, is worried that police priorities will be driven by the need to win votes.
You need to make sure that the rights of minorities are protected, as well as, and the vulnerable, as well as the general population. My fear about commissioners is that they'll be looking at the next election. Their policies will always be populist, perhaps to the detriment of the few in society that we really need to protect.
Former Gloucestershire Chief Constable Tim Brain, himself touted as a possible independent candidate, says it can only work if politics is set aside.
I think it is possible for politically supported commissioners to work properly in the system, providing they're always prepared to put the interests of the whole community and policing first, and not party politics first. And as long as they can do that, they can be successful commissioners.
One man who's already said he wants one of the new jobs is councillor and former policeman Lance Kennedy, who's hoping to be picked for the Conservatives to stand in Devon and Cornwall.
Whilst we've got to tackle the obvious high-level crimes of terrorism, organised crime, you've got to start at the bottom. That's dogfouling, shoplifting, littering, antisocial behaviour. You've got to start right at the bottom. Aiming halfway up, you miss a whole generation.
Elsewhere, the most high-profile politician to come forward is Lord Prescott, the former Deputy Prime Minister, still best remembered for this close encounter with a protester, and who's seeking Labour's nomination in Humberside. The main parties will select candidates in the coming weeks, but the Lib Dems, who oppose PCCs, may not stand in every area. The elections, using a form of proportional voting, take place in November. Bob Constantine for the West Country Tonight.